All right, we are live for the 48th episode of the
Let's Go podcast.
There you go. We got a super exciting podcast today. See, we got the legendary Harry Adelman, my brother, and the all-star sports player, basketball, baseball, you name it. Back with us. Harry was with us on a previous episode in the summer, and we're super happy to have Harry back. Harry, how you doing?
Great.
You doing good? What's going on? Tell us a little about what's been going on in your life. How's your basketball you've been going?
Great. I'm sadly out in my one league. One league I'm 4-0. One league I'm out.
Oh man, the league that you're out, you lost in the playoffs, right?
Down. I'm up 19-18 in the fourth quarter with 10 seconds to go. We have the press time because in the fourth quarter, each quarter is 7 minutes. When in the fourth quarter, when it's 2 minutes remaining, you're allowed to press the court. You know, Avi?
You're allowed to have backcourt defense, right?
You're allowed to have backcourt defense.
Which, by the way, Harry, is something maybe we should learn from Dave for our youth basketball, because in our youth basketball we have two 13-minute halves, which I guess similar, 7-minute quarters, 13-minute halves is 28 minutes. Maybe we should break it up into quarters. Maybe it'll make things more interesting, or maybe it'll.
So then they have a side out inbound with 10 seconds. They drive it in for a layup. We're down 20-19. We call timeout with 5 seconds left on the clock. We inbound 3 times. We get fouled 3 times, but we're not in the bonus yet. We have 2 seconds on the clock. We huck it up. Someone shoot. My friend Jake Orfali shoots it. Gets fouled. The rest don't call it.
And that's it. And you lost. What a rough way. But the reason why I brought it up is because I was actually at one of Harry's games. I think it was the week before the playoff.
Only the 11 o'clock.
Yep, I was at So as Harry knows, I can only come to the 11 o'clock games because for the 5 o'clock we have our youth.
What time can you come in the spring now?
In the spring, I could probably. It depends how successful we are at the program. Last year in the spring we only had
5 o'clock. You were only able to go to 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I was able to go to 5 o'clock because we have Sunday morning softball in the spring, but we only had our pre-K through second or third grade T-ball. But if we have the older grades in the spring also for other sports, I might not be able to make it for the 5 o'clock either.
So Harry, here's my question for you. Sometimes we ask, sometimes they ask like Aaron Judge a tough question. Do you know what it means, a tough question?
Rough question, basically.
Yeah, rough question. Can I ask you a rough question?
Sure.
So you're saying, it sounded like you were sort of blaming the loss on the ref. You're saying if the ref had made that call, you would have won.
Well, basically...
One second. Your team's got Harry Buckets Adelman. If Harry had hit one more bucket, then you guys would have won. So maybe you're the one to blame for the loss. There's a reason they call you Buckets.
I only scored 6 points in that game, but that play, we were on defense, of course, and during the whole game, they've been calling travels on us the entire game. Not one travel on them. Giving fouls to us, giving fouls to them.
So you do blame some of the loss on the ref?
Well, it happened. It's not the first time it's happened. It's happened every week. Rough week, but we fight through it.
You fight through it. This time they came up a little short. The reason why I brought it up is because I was actually at the game 2 weeks ago, and I was talking to Harry during the week, and I'm like, Harry, you're going to put up 30 points. And Harry averages, he gets, 8.
I average 8 points a game.
8 points a game. It's hard. It's not like it's 100 to 85.
And then that game, I doubled it, and I scored 16.
You're jumping my words here. So I was at the game 2 weeks ago, and Harry gets out there, and Harry's balling out. Like, no one could stop me. I think he had 16 points, 12 rebounds, a few assists.
I think 18 points.
18 points, right. It was one of the greatest games I've ever seen Harry play.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
What do you think the best shot was that I made out of all the 18 points?
So Harry had 18 points. He drove through the defense. He had layups. He had shots. He had a couple free throws. I think the best shot Harry made was Harry, and this is actually a lesson for all the kids out there and all of our men's league players also. Harry drove in. He had a shot. He missed a shot. A guy in his team got the rebound, got it right back to Harry, and without hesitating, Harry shot again and scored. And the reason why it's so important is because a lot of players, and Dave, you were at the big game that we had, the top 2 undefeated teams, a lot of times when you miss an open shot and you get the ball back, you hesitate automatically because you just missed. But Harry had so much confidence that game. When he got the ball back, he put it up right away and he drained it. So that was probably the most impressive shot, Harry, because that's not an easy thing to do.
I think my impressive shot was that end one. You saw that pump fake drive and one.
Yeah, Harry also had. That was probably your most talented shot.
Most
But
power.
the most impressive shot overall, I think, was the fact that you shot right away again after you missed, because it's not the easiest thing to do.
So, Harry, I got another question for you. Before a big game like that, how do you prepare for the game, both physically and mentally?
So it depends. It's either 11 o'clock or 5 o'clock. If it was to be 11 o'clock game, I would be doing a normal morning routine, eating and just chilling and resting up until around 10:30, and then we start heading to the gym, which is only like 5 minutes away because the center is close to our house.
Center's like 5 minutes from the house, yeah.
5 minutes from the house, and we got a couple of minutes early, like 20 to 25 minutes early to start practicing, and that's the whole story. But
Do you have a
5 o'clock game, it's a different story.
Do you have a practice with your coach before the game, Harry?
Yes, but we haven't had a practice the whole year.
During the week, you mean?
Yes, my mom thinks we lost that game because we never had practices.
So you weren't able to play.
If we would have had more practices, we would have been prepared. We would have won that game.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever get nervous before a big game? Like you feel like your stomach is shaking or your heart is pounding?
It depends who the team is. If it's a very hard team with one of the unfairest two best people in the whole league, which that actually happened. The game I scored 18 points. We played against one of the top two kids in our grade in Flatbush. Top two kids. Because here's the rule in our league,
So Harry, you were nervous.
The rule of the season is 2 A players get paired on each team, and then they do a rest of the draft. It's seven players on each team, and then the rest, and then all the A players are paired up, and all the others are just ranks B's and C's.
Were you gonna?
They do it, but all of a sudden, you saw the tall guy Eli Shabin and Jack Satin.
Yes.
We could. It's like we're going back and forth. They couldn't stop us. We couldn't stop them.
Yep, it was a very high-scoring game, I think.
It was like we lost 10, 48-38.
So Harry, if you were so nervous, how'd you put up so many points in such a good game?
That game I wasn't nervous. I was prepared for it.
You were prepared for it?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was against one of the top teams.
I knew it was against the top team for that Friday before Shabbat.
All right, so Harry, let's talk about your other league before we sign off here, as we have a.
Wait, I had a question though. Is Harry an A player? Harry, are you an A player?
Not this season. I'm not. This year I was ranked to B.
Well, now you have something to prove, Harry. You got something to prove. So in your other league, Harry, before we sign off, Dave, is Yoni in the wings here, or we're out of contact with him?
I'll message him.
Okay. So before we sign off here, you said in your other league you're 4-0. So tell us a little bit about that, Harry.
That one, that's Rudy's league. I said that about the last podcast. I explained who Coach Rudy is.
Yes, we all know Coach Rudy.
You know Rudy. I follow Rudy on Instagram now.
Me too. HSL does also.
So Avi, what's it called, Avi? Yeah. You know how I said the oldest coach is 48?
Yes.
That's Curtis. He lied to me about it.
Why? What did he say?
He told me he was 48. He's 28.
Oh, so Curtis
lied about his age.
How you're 4-0 in that league? How many teams are in that league?
Teams. Let me look, Avi, because I think I'm prepared and I know.
Probably. I think there's four teams. No, isn't there 4 teams in your age? 6.
It's. I can't check right now, Avi.
Okay.
I think there's let me keep track. I think there's about five teams and 6 players on each team.
Oh wow. Okay, very cool.
So Rudy did a voting stance on Instagram with there's 6 teams of 6. So he did a voting stance, Avi. Which team do you think will win the championship? So there's 2 teams paired with the team. My team is paired with another team, which is team. So I'm Team Saucy Boys. The other team is
Saucy Boys.
The other team is Team Flood City. We have the most. Actually, we have the most votes to win the championship.
Who's the best player in your team, Harry, besides for you?
Besides for me, Zach Meta.
Zach Meta?
Yep.
Very cool. Harry, you know that now that I'm doing the one-on-one coaching, HSL.
I heard about it. Avi Liat told me.
Yep. So now that I'm doing HSL Elevate, I pay extra attention to Rudy's Instagram because of all his coaching that he does with all the kids.
It's hard work, Avi. Leah told me that you're doing it yourself, right, Avi? You're gonna go do it yourself too.
Yep. We already have 9 clients 3 days in.
How do you know it's hard work, Harry? You could tell.
I can tell by these coaches. They work their butts off.
Yeah, Harry's actually Harry loves it so much. Whenever I come over for
I know,
shopping.
but I realized, Avi, since I ended Rudy, Avi, because the league was starting, I realized that I'm to myself. I feel like I'm ranked good that I don't need the training anymore from him. Because I was using him just to have fun.
Right,
Not
you were
using
using
it
him
to
for
get
the
better,
skill.
just using it to have fun.
Right. Okay. And
When I use Rosso, Avi, I use it to get better.
Right. AB Rosso, Dave, is another coach in the SY community. So
But Avi, he doesn't do a men's league like Rudy. He does a kids travel team, like he does a Maccabi league in the summer. He did an AAU in the summer. Fortunately, I didn't make that AAU. Because he's only pick a certain amount of players.
What's AAU?
AAU.
I found out what that was.
Travel team, basically, in deal.
Yeah, you know what happened actually? So we were talking last podcast on my cousin Ezra Stern. Unfortunately, he had 3 straight losses with his school, or Yisrael, I think it's called. And I texted my cousin, his brother, my cousin, about it, and he was like, "Yeah, this team stinks. He's thinking of going AAU." So it's funny, just today. So I had the same question: "What's AAU?" He's like, "Oh, it's a travel team." So, but he said some of them.
It's not like traveling. You're going to a different state. You're staying in the same thing, but you're traveling or you're driving to different gyms.
Right, but he said some of them play on Shabbos, so it gets complicated. It could be not the ones that Harry's friends with, but the ones.
I didn't even know if they won the championship or not. The AAU team.
Oh really? Was it over yet? Did it finish yet?
It did, but in the summer.
Oh, okay.
So Harry, before we sign off, what do you think of the Knicks? You're a Knicks fan, right?
Yes. I've been watching it not so often yet. Well, the most exciting part right now is the NBA Cup. I'm right now excited about the NBA Cup. Oh, hold on, Avi. We can't see you.
I know. I'm back. I'm here. All right. Don't worry about it.
Oh, the NBA Cup
to show you how out of it I am. I don't even know what the NBA Cup is. It's like the hockey world.
NBA
you serious? You really know what that is?
Yeah, I don't know.
So NBA season more exciting. They did a in-season tournament. It counts towards regular games, but it also counts towards.
Who won the in-season tournament last year?
The Lakers, I think, won the in-season tournament last year.
How many games are there in the regular season?
82 in the regular season, but in the in-season tournament, it's like a mini tournament where you play like 4 seeding games, every 3 games, and like during.
I thought the NBA Cup end yet?
No, so when it's an NBA Cup game, Dave, they decorate the floor. They change the floor. They make it like really cool and really fancy, so you know that it's an NBA Cup game.
In every stadium.
And then the top, I think, 8 teams go to Vegas, and they play their last playoffs championship in Vegas. But all these games count towards the regular season. The catch is, if you win the NBA Cup, every player receives.
Well, I just want to go off topic, back to the Rudy League.
Sure.
He does what's it called? Every week every game he does player of the game, and then every week he does player of the week. So should I tell you all the player of the week so far?
Yes. Yeah. Do it.
So the first player of the week we had was Joseph Shaka. He had 15 points, 5 3-pointers.
Wow.
The next person that got it was Teddy Eisner with 28 points.
Wow.
Zach Meta got player of the week last week with 20 points, 20 rebounds. And the previous player of the week is, you don't know him, his name is Ralph Sutton, 14 points with a win.
Wow. All right, so it looks like your team is dominating so far, Harry, and these players.
We have 2 weeks until playoffs, Avi. 2 weeks.
Hopefully I'll be able to make it, Harry.
Avi, so there's different kinds of game. It's either 5:45, 6:45, or 7:45 game time. Which times can you come to, Avi?
I'll actually be able to make most of those because I don't have any leagues for the next month.
5:45, 6:45, 7:45.
Probably 5:45 will be the easiest, I assume.
So a lot of the times I have the early game.
Okay, so we'll see. Actually, maybe not now. My lessons. We'll
Harry,
see.
am I invited also?
What?
Am I invited to the games also?
Yeah. Oh, that's where that gym is? I was wondering what the gym was when I saw. That's where the gym is?
Oh, by the way, Avi, he hired it winter. spring off. He has it for winter and the spring.
Really?
He's been trying to get it for over the 2 years, but they've been saying no the last 2 years because it's gonna get embarrassing, and you're gonna start laughing because he's black.
Really?
Yes.
That's why they were saying no to him? That's not
They're
nice.
saying no to him. They finally answered yes. But Abby, you know why he's not allowed to come to the center anymore? You know why, to watch the Ballers games?
Really?
Why?
Is that true?
Because he started doing his own league in the center, didn't like it, so they kicked him out.
Oh, I was actually wondering about that. Now, this is actually some good hockey here, Dave. So I remember Rudy posted something on Instagram, right? It was a certain post about him not being allowed to be in. I thought it was a joke or something. That's good hockey. See, even Dave, even in the SY world, you got some interleague. What do you call it? Some interleague what's the word I'm looking for? Interleague friction. In the league. So Rudy's not allowed in the building?
Not allowed in the building.
Wow, that's intense.
So not to watch a game. I never even see the coach pull up.
Really?
Wow. All right, Abby, I don't know where Mr. Simon is, so I think we should wrap this up here. Harry, thank you so much for coming on. Wish you luck in your next league. Hopefully you go undefeated and take the crown.
Maybe if you win the championship, Harry, we'll have you on to recap the championship game.
Yeah, we got to get some more highlights.
Yeah.
Do I have more highlights? I think I do have another highlight. A bucket from the Rudy League.
So you'll send it.
I have one bucket.
So Harry, you'll send us, and we'll get it up there with this podcast, okay?
No, but I can't send it through one video because it's an entire video with other players.
Don't worry, we'll clip it. You send us the whole video, and we'll clip it, and we'll
You
put it on.
just have to let us know where in the video it is.
Yeah.
It's me scoring a pump fake layup.
Okay, I'll find it. Don't worry about it, Harry, okay?
All right.
All right, Harry. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming on, okay?
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good night. See ya.